Hello everybody and welcome to another Weather Wednesday. My name is Elias here at the Space Foundation Discovery Center using Science on a Sphere to show you some very interesting things today. First off, as you notice with my voice, I'm feeling a little under the weather, shall we say. And so I don't know where you are, but I hope you guys are staying healthy and staying strong there as you get ready for your day. So first off, what I'd like to talk about is a little refresher from what we talked about last week. Do you remember what that was? We talked about plate tectonics and earthquakes. Now, while that is not a weather event, it does impact people around the world. And using science on a sphere, we can definitely see what's happening around the world regarding earthquakes. There's been some recent developments. If you've been following the news, there was a strong earthquake that hit just off the coast of Jamaica. It was a 7.7 earthquake. And using science on a sphere here, we can see how active that region has been. So let's take a look at the sphere. As I rotate this around, this is showing you recent activity. And you'll notice right here, this is a Puerto Rico area. It's been very active recently. And then as we look around, also over in Turkey, there was a strong earthquake that happened. Watch this area right in here. There's that big, strong earthquake that happened in Turkey right there. And then we move over to what I mentioned with Jamaica right here. And you can see right... that was yesterday. That's the power of science on a sphere, is we can see what happened even as soon as yesterday. A very strong earthquake there off of Jamaica. You can see how busy it is around the world as far as plate tectonic motion is going, and just a lot of changes, a lot of reactions of the plates hitting each other and constantly adjusting itself. So that was a significant event. That was a significant event that happened yesterday, and we're still hearing news stories about making sure everybody's okay in the Jamaica area. We can't predict the earthquakes or volcanic eruptions, but we can keep close tabs on areas that are very active. So we'll keep looking at that fault boundary there in the Caribbean. Another interesting thing that I wanted to point out today is this atmospheric river that's happening over the Pacific Ocean. Soon, the Pacific Northwest is going to be getting even more rain. As some people told me recently, the weather forecast in the Pacific Northwest is pretty easy to predict right now. Just rain. And so we can see here on Science on a Sphere, what we're looking at is called the jet stream. And the jet stream are strong winds up it's about where the jets fly, and that's why we call it the jet stream. These strong winds flow from west to east, and they can give airplanes a pretty big boost. So if you are flying from maybe Asia to the United States, you can hop a ride on this very strong jet stream, and you'll probably arrive a little bit ahead of schedule as you hit the west coast. So you can see this strong push, this strong jet stream winds high up in the atmosphere coming this way. Well, what does it do is it directs those weather systems. So you can see this is actually a forecast of where the winds are going to be. So you can see these strong jet streams coming across, and as it's scooping down towards Hawaii here, it gathers a lot of precipitation, it gathers a lot of humidity that can lead to precipitation. Here's another model that also looks at forecast for possible precipitation. And let me turn it down here, and you can see again, that atmospheric river just coming down into the Pacific Ocean and reaching up into the northwest. So what about, here's one more view of that. maybe you guys can tell me which one do you like? Which model do you like the best as we look at this precipitation model? This one also includes the pressure differences as well. So these lines right here shows pressure differences, and you can see how the jet stream just steers the systems scooping down towards Hawaii and then coming up towards the Pacific Northwest there. So that reminds me, what's the weather going to be like this week? What's the weather like near you? Well, let's take a look at the United States here as we progress in the date. This is February 5th, so it starts today, January 29th, and it goes all the way to February 5th here. And if there is a trough or a dip in pressure, that might lead to precipitation. If there is a ridge, that will be good weather. So I hear there's a big game that's happening this weekend, probably in Miami. And so what's the forecast going to be for that game on Sunday? Well, it's Miami, it's Florida, so it's going to be perfect. It's going to be lower 70s, sunny weather, and just an awesome weather for that game. So if you are headed towards Florida for that big game, Saturday, expect some thunder showers on Saturday. But on Sunday, it's going to be clear and awesome. Looking around the rest of the United States as we progress through here, the northeast is just getting through a system right now, and then you get a little bit of a ridge coming in, so you will have some good weather 31st. And then there's going to be another system coming in for the northeast on the 2nd of February. Moving across, there's that ridge of high pressure, some decent weather down in the southeast on the 3rd, and then dropping down here in the Midwest and here in the central part of the United States on the 4th leading into the 5th, there will be some possibilities of precipitation. I have someone reaching out asking what is the weather going to be about in Indiana. So let's take a look. Where is Indiana? Let's test your geographic skills. Right here is the Midwest and Illinois, Indiana area right there. Let's take a look and see what the weather is going to be near you. So let's start over and start with today. Stop for a minute. You are just getting through some nice weather. There's some decent weather going on right now over the Midwest there, the central Midwest. You're going to get a little bit of a dip over tomorrow. So possible clouds tonight leading into tomorrow. And then there's going to be a little bit of a clearing at the end of the 30th. And kind of about the same. So I would say partly to mostly cloudy, but not much as far as precipitation goes until maybe the 1st of February. And then after that chance of rain 1st of February, then it should be pretty decent weather for you there in Indiana. How about where you guys lived? Anybody else? Reach out to us to find out what you are interested in seeing. So that's it for today's Weather Wednesday. A lot happening with changes around the world, with earthquakes and volcanoes, but there's also some very interesting things happening with the weather. In the West Coast, it's going to be very wet, and for the big game this weekend, we have some nice sunny weather in Miami. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week, where hopefully my voice will be back, and as well as my family. Well, talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful week. See you next time.